तो एक्शन थोड़ा इजी लगता है आपको क्योंकि आप बचपन से वो देख रहे हैं। डांस के बारे में भी यही कहेंगे क्या?
डांस बहुत ज्यादा इजी लगता है इसलिए मैं करता नहीं।
At this point in my life of watching films week in and week out, nothing surprises me. But what has fascinated me, and I think which in turn creates a great creative discussion regarding the attitude of actors and their evolution, is their approach towards projects. How does one commence from channelizing absolute energy in their initial years, creating the notion among the public that you are actually passionate about the craft, achieve a point of success where one associates quality with simply your presence in films, and finally, you become so jaded and so bored that it can literally be seen in every frame of your films.
Wow! What a piece of art! क्या film है? ये तो French cinema है.
What if I were to create an analysis not on just random general attitude takes, but on the basis of dance in particular? See, I don't care about how much of a purist you are regarding the art of filmmaking and screenplays especially, but the nature of song and dance is something that you are just not going to escape in Indian cinema. These aspects of art form a nucleus in Indian storytelling, and I believe there are three categories of dancers, particularly in the Hindi film industry, no matter what age demographic they might be in. This includes the superhumans, where the actors are either inherently skilled or trained in dancing, so they essentially become the top layer of the film industry. They take the shape of water and beautifully perform any dance form. So Hrithik, Tiger Shroff, Shahid Kapoor, Ishan Khattar, Ranbir Kapoor naturally have a sense of rhythm and musicality that is tough to match up to. Varun Dhawan somewhere falls in the cusp of this category, but just it depends on how many cups of caffeine he has had. In the middle ground, you have actors who really put in the effort with choreography. These are actors who don't possess a natural fluidity but can vibe. Essentially the bare minimum that is required so that you blend in the crowd during a shadi, but not to be so skilled where you have the ability to kill it in a solo. This is where actors like Shah Rukh Khan, Amir Khan, Salman Khan if he really tried, Akshay Kumar, and from a slightly more contemporary lot, Ranveer Singh lie. If matched with a skilled choreographer who plays to their strengths, they can genuinely extract magic. See what Farah Khan is capable of doing with Shah Rukh Khan in Gori Gori, or what Mudassar Khan was capable of doing with Salman Khan in Humka Peeni Hai. If Bhai wanted, he could. However, the third category is the two left feet scenario, where music and the actor's motor functions simply do not go in tandem. This is where no matter how skilled the choreographer, there is simply no hope for surprises. This includes the category of actors like Ajay Devgan, Sunny Deol, and the actor who played Kachra in Lagan. I kid you not. You should see him in A Ganpat Chal Darula. The man was struggling. As I saw Ajay Devgan's new single from Son of Sardaar 2, which anyway looks like a brain rot comedy that I believe is going to get on people's nerves, I couldn't help but marvel at the lack of effort made by the star. The song Pehla Tu, Duja Tu features Ajay Devgan and Mrunal Thakur in lead roles, and while I'm still coming to terms with this romantic pair that generally looks awkward with their 24-year age gap, I wanted to just see the music video and wonder what the fuss was all about. First of all, I have zero context about the story of this film, so just seeing the music video out of context will truly make you feel like you are in a fever dream, because the sequence is conceptualized with the two leads roaming around in a cemetery and wanting to get their freak on, only for Ajay to imagine all the dead bodies come to life and become background dancers. Whether Ajay has superpowers in this film or has had something to visualize this is something that we will get to know when we watch the film. This is where the iconic hook step graces our presence, where Ajay communicates to Mrunal that no matter what happens for Ajay, she is her first, second, third, and even fourth choice. I wonder why Mrunal is not his fifth choice, but that was out of syllabus for the choreographer Ganesh Acharya, who made this out-of-the-box dance step. I can't help but look at the frame of the two performing this step as the camera focuses on Mrunal, and it almost seems like she is about to burst into laughter. I can't help but also look at the background dancers who are moving around like zombies while this low-effort choreography is being performed. It's literally just the finger in the air and a shoulder shrug, and I can't help but laugh on how this was approved. What's funny for me is that this is a romantic track and it doesn't really require a choreography, and if you thought that Ajay Devgan's little bus Teri Dhoom Dham Finger Wiggle was low effort, I think this song takes the cake of the number one position of low effort Ajay Devgan steps in Hindi cinema. This is not where the song sequence actually reaches its peak comedy. It's when the music actually increases in tempo and you find the background dancers doing a full-blown choreography. And when such a thing is happening, what is our talented Ajay doing with Mrunal? They walk till the dancers are done with their entire routine. Channelizing the हाँ पहले तुम ये कर लो फिर हम देखेंगे. Joining again to do the most low effort hook step known to mankind. You know what's the craziest part of it all? The song actually is damn good. See it without the video and it's genuinely such a beautiful song. This made me wonder about how one reaches here. How does one reach an approach towards their films where you just refuse to move? How are you indoctrinated into the system, born into it, yet so unwilling to partake in what is essentially a component of storytelling? You know, it made me go into a rabbit hole with Ajay Devgan's evolution as a performer, as a dancer specifically. You would wonder that this reluctance to move may have been a feature of his earlier films too, but it couldn't be further from the truth. Veeru Devgan's son was one of the most agile and athletic stars known for his action. While he was doing kickflips and some of the most interesting action set pieces, his two left feet have always been there. However, the effort put in the songs has just slowly deteriorated. I mean, look at Ajay Devgan channelizing his inner Michael Jackson in the song Bad Boy from his 1995 film Gunda Raj. Man was doing pirouettes like a boss in Main Galiyon Ka Banjara in his 1993 film Platform. Man was fully impressing his wife Kajol in Mr. Lover Lover in Ishq in 1997, and the man did not stop in the 2000s too, acknowledging that the lack of dancing skills may be accurate, but at least I will put in the effort. I mean, he was dancing with Shahid Kapoor and Bipasha Basu in a club in Shikhar on Fitna Dil in 2005, and even though it was minimum effort, he would make it a point to at least move his upper body in Rohit Shetty films like Golmaal, All the Best and Singham. Basically, I'll tell you, during my struggling days when I was doing शादी choreography, जब बड़े मामा या बड़े चाचा या नाना नानी को choreography सिखानी होती थी, आप make sure करते हो कि that you move the least limbs possible and repeat the sequence as many times so that one learns it fast and it doesn't look like low effort too. You know, these stars are not going to do rehearsals like other stars who actually put in the effort and choreography in the studio way prior to shooting and will learn the steps a few minutes before the actual shoot. So you have to make it the least complicated as possible. And that essentially became the norm for every Ajay Devgan dance routine. What became the Ajay Devgan school of dance in the 2010s was actually an extension of what Salman Khan made popular. Until Wanted actually, if Salman Khan really was in the mood to put in an effort in his dance sequences, the man would go all out, actually providing some of the most fun dance pieces, despite his stiff physical stature. See him dance in a song like Aaja Soniye from Mujhse Shaadi Karogi. See him absolutely vibe and steal the show from heroines in songs like Ishq Di Gali Vich from No Entry or even Munni Badnaam Hui from Dabang. The man would enter and the attention would all shift towards him. The last point where we saw Salman give his heart and soul to a dance sequence was in Jalwa from Wanted and Jumme Ki Raat in Kick. Channelizing such brilliant energy, I was actually in awe in some sequences of the flexibility he was showcasing. However, for the most part, what became an odd memo of Salman post Wanted was that he had made it a point that he will move the least limbs possible. And for a while, this actually became a trend. Salman went from moving just his belt in Dabang to looking for change in his pockets and ready to even joining hands with Ajay Devgan and playing breathing exercises from cheek to cheek in Son of Sardaar. It had become so largely apparent that this is it or nothing else, so much so that YouTube channels had memes before memes were mainstream on the same topic.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, try.
ये वाला करूँ क्या? 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2.
What was fun became lazy and in recent years has taken the shape of becoming unintentionally funny, where Salman is mostly found doing lunges in the desert or dipping his co-star awkwardly in Radhe. This is the memo that Ajay Devgan took very seriously, especially in the 2010s, कि भाई जो भी try कर लो, मैं नहीं हिलने वाला. There is a hilarious anecdote given by Ritesh Deshmukh where they talk about this hook step in Total Dhamal, and you can just see the difference of Ajay Devgan barely moving compared to the ensemble cast, making it a point that the dance sequences primarily focus on close-up shots where he is going to move probably a finger or two and nothing more. Ajay in the last few years probably put the most effort in his terrible movie Action Jackson, where he was, by the way, described by the co-actor Sonakshi Sinha as Prabhu Deva-like in his dance moves. Yeah, these dance steps were described as Prabhu Deva-esque. What makes it more funny is that Prabhu Deva directed the film. I do not expect actors in their late 50s and early 60s to be moving like agile gymnasts, by the way. That is not my expectation at all from them. But some fun. Even if the movement is not dynamic, wouldn't it just be entertaining to watch someone having fun? When Shah Rukh Khan moves in Zinda Banda, it's not, well, the best or most complicated steps, but what makes it stand out is the fun that the actor is having while performing. Similar to Akshay Kumar in the Skyforce song Rang, standing out way more than the debut actor that hogged all the attention, having a sense of ease and genuine energy in the dance piece. The Son of Sardaar 2 clip just baffled me at the lack of effort and how it's become generally acceptable that this is the quality that some stars will offer, making me really fear that the actors we loved and adored seeing during our formative years in this regard may develop a reputation of what we had with other yesteryear actors who were consistently appearing in films but refusing to budge and play their age. Until then, it's pehla tu, duja tu, I guess. Wait a minute. Or is this the whole point? To make a step so ludicrous, so low effort, that it becomes a topic worthy of an episode, and you did the PR and marketing for a film without the makers even asking?